Hey everybody, it's the trash man again, ready to take out the garbage. Uh, Today, something happened to me that was very, just kind of, you know, made me stand on edge and maybe the hair on the back of my neck stick out. One of our older gentlemen is retiring from the business, and it was his last day. And a couple weeks ago, the conversation came up about him transitioning to Social Security and how he's going to do that, Medicaid, and getting on it, and kind of giggling, "Hey, now I'm going to live off the government," you know. But he did work for 40 years, so he did accumulate and pay into Social Security and the whole nine. Um, but we started talking. There were several younger people, millennials and Generation X, workers, and we all started talking about Social Security, when we're going to collect it. Is it going to be around when we get there? We kind of joked and laughed like we're never going to retire, which is becoming more of a reality for more younger people every day. And the older gentleman who was going to retire said, "I don't really care so long as you don't touch it while I'm alive." And it kind of got silent. And I think he was being truthful. He was being completely candid, which amazed me because this is a man with three or four kids, adult kids, who are all struggling, uneducated, and using various forms of entitlement to, basically mooch off the government. And I was just shocked because I was like, he truly is unconcerned about the next generation. And I thought to myself, isn't that our first role as Americans, to leave this country better when we leave it, um, than when we got here? I mean, that's the goal. I thought all fathers and all mothers were bound by nature to create a world better for the next generation, their own sons and daughters and cousins. And he was dead serious. And I thought to myself, and I said, "Wow, that'll work just great if the world ends when you die." And he gave me this look like he didn't quite understand. But I could tell he kind of did, but he doesn't care. And he covered that up for years. That's the way he just thought. And it, I just can't imagine to my bones thinking that or feeling that. I don't really care. I don't really care for the next generation or anyone else. Just as long as I get what I got coming, and everybody else can just fend for themselves. And I think that's where we're getting today, where we're separating a little bit, Americans. We feel like the benefits of the United States are slowly slipping our grasp, or at least it's getting harder to live the American dream. So we're tightening our belts individually, and we're kind of becoming more antisocial, not caring about your neighbor, not caring about how they do. And yes, I mean, we're still creating wealth, and we're still making, considering the world standard, we're still very, very high. But I could tell right then and there, when this gentleman said that we've declined a lot, and no one's willing really to admit it, or go down that rabbit hole. Um, but I had to, it's just something I have to talk about. Maybe it's just introspective, but I hope you all agree with it. Um, because there's no way to reform or do anything from going on if we just accept what's going on. We have to push. We have to reform. We know we have to, and that's going to be give us meaning and purpose in our lifetime, to try to fix something. Obviously, we're not going to fix it. Rome wasn't built in a day. Either was the United States. Either was our debt. Either was all our plethora of problems. But I figure you start, and your intent should be, by the time you die, that you did everything in your power to fix things instead of making things worse. And it occurred to me with this fellow, which I imagine is pretty pervasive among boomers in general, that it doesn't matter. So long as I get the optimum benefits while I'm here, the next generation is on their own. And it's just indicative of why we're here. This is why we're in the mess we're in, as far as I'm concerned. And it's got to stop. Somebody's got to stop this, and grow up. And I admit, at my age, middle aged, I'm going to take I'm going to take a brunt of reform, but I'm willing to do that so long as the idea of America and the ideal of individual freedom and liberty when you're born becomes more of a reality instead of an old, oh, that's what we used to believe. That's long time ago. We need to bring that back. That's the thing that made us happy. That's when we really thought we were great. And I don't want to, no pun intended, with Trump's nonsense. What we really believed it. You know, when I was a child, we really believed, and we knew, and we were the greatest. And I think it was bar none. And now that we slip morally, I think that's our problem. And hopefully we have a turnaround. But please leave comments. If you like this video, please subscribe and leave a like for me if you can. And until next time, take care.